But first, we start with a story of a Brooklyn Park couple trying to spread awareness of HIV and AIDS in Nigeria. They recently returned from their trip, which took a violent turn. Delane Cleveland joins us now to explain. Delane?
Yeah, Mike and Jen, Dan and Tina Gibbs of Brooklyn Park were in a vehicle along with several other members from their church group when they approached what they thought was a military checkpoint. They say what happened next was surreal.
Our church supports a mission, and we have there for quite a while.
Dan and Tina Gibbs now sit safely in their Brooklyn Park church. But just last week, the couple was on their first trip ever to Nigeria.
It seems our skills and gifts sound like the sorts of skills and gifts that are needed to go on in the ministry, and we were basically going to find out if that was the case.
That ministry involved missionary work and serving at an advocacy center for HIV/AIDS.
It's just amazing to see what they're doing, and we just feel that we need to be a part of that.
Yet their trip took an unexpected turn last Wednesday when they were traveling through the country and approached what they thought was a military checkpoint.
Our Nigerian driver recognized that this was not a official checkpoint, that there was something that just wasn't right, and he was very quick to recognize that.
It turned out to be a group of armed bandits. When their driver sped through the checkpoint, shots rang out and a bullet pierced Tina's leg.
I felt my leg, and there was a hole in my pants, and it kind of burned, and there was blood.
Luckily for Tina, it was a minor wound.
And if I wouldn't have ducked, I would have gotten a bullet in a much worse place.
The couple praised the efforts of their driver, Peter, who drove the car to safety, but not before a bullet struck his hand.
The bullet skimmed across the top and cut tendons to these two fingers. So he's had surgery, and he's receiving therapy and things.
Yet despite their ordeal, Dan and Tina believe in the mission and say they're determined to return to Nigeria to help.
There's so many kids that are in such great need, and they're filling that need and sustaining their life.
Well, Dan and Tina say their encounter was an isolated incident. That said, they not only said they'll return, but they're considering the possibility of living there for as long as 10 years to help the Nigerian people.